Hello, Chicago Public School violists. My name is Hanna Pederson, and I'm a violist in the Civic Orchestra of Chicago. This video is intended for CPS violists to help you practice during this time when schools are closed due to COVID-19. Today we're going to explore vibrato. What is it? Why should you use it? And how you can begin to develop your own vibrato. Vibrato is one of our most important tools of expression. In developing your own vibrato, you are learning how to develop your own individual voice as a musician. I'm going to play the same phrase of music for you twice, the first time with no vibrato, and the second time I will add vibrato. So vibrato is essentially a controlled hand and arm wiggle, like so. So you can think of this motion as repeatedly waving to yourself. So bring your hand towards your face, away from your face, towards your face, away from your face, etc. And then you speed it up a little bit. So I'm going to give you some exercises to help develop this motion. Step number one, we're going to put our viola and bow down. Okay. Before we start, I would recommend that you write all of these exercises down so that you can spend a lot of time with them by yourself. For now, I'm just going to try to breeze through just to save your time. Okay. So first exercise, put your viola down and hold up an air viola. So we're just going to open and close the elbow like a door hinge. So this is your basic vibrato motion. Try to keep this stable. And practice this for quite a while. Take breaks if your arm gets tired. Practice it until it feels so comfortable that you don't really need to think about it and you can still just do this motion. Imagine that you're holding a viola and that your hand is moving in the direction of the strings. Make sure we're not going back and forth, we're going this way. Okay? Step number two, with your viola. We're going to do the same exact motion, but with a viola filling up the space instead of air. All right. So, same motion. Thumb should be on the neck of the viola. We're just opening and closing the elbow. Fingers are in the air but curved over the strings so that if you want to put a finger down, you could. And your right hand is here, supporting the instrument. Okay. Step three, we're going to continue this motion, and then we're going to speed it up a little bit. And you're going the whole way from the shoulder of your viola here to the scroll. And then gradually, as you speed this up, you're going to narrow down the motion. And imagine that you have a bit of honey on your thumb, and you're going to stick your thumb in place, but continue the vibrato motion outside of the thumb. So thumb is in place, but everything else is still vibrating. Fingers are not touching the strings yet. Okay, good. Next step, same idea, but we're going to place all four fingertips down on the D string all together, and you're only putting them down harmonically. So you're not pressing, you're just lightly touching the string. So we're going to start with this again, back and forth, whole way from shoulder to scroll. And speed it up a little bit. This time we're going to narrow it down. And we're going to stick the thumb, so the thumb will be in place and everything else will keep vibrating, and the fingers are going to shift a little bit like this. They're not staying in place. Okay. The next step is to do the same thing but with each finger individually. So start with the first finger and I will demonstrate this one fully and breeze through the other fingers. So first put the first finger down on the D string, just harmonic weight, you're just touching the string lightly. And go back and forth. Speed it up a little bit. Now we're going to narrow it down until you're in one place and then just sink the finger into the string. Okay, I'll do that again. Large motion, narrow it down, and sink the finger into the string. Keep the vibrato going. You're going to try this with all of your fingers. Try to narrow the finger down to the position where it should be in first position. So doing my third finger, and when I get it to be stable, I'm going to aim to have it in the correct place to play a third finger in first position. And then your fourth finger. Okay. So now we're going to do the same exercise, but with your bow. So remember to keep slow and steady bow pressure. I'm going to start with the first finger. So you're gradually narrowing down until you have an actual vibrato with your bow. Remember, really slow bow. I will try second finger now. So you're helping your body feel aware of what it feels like to move in this direction with your right arm and this direction with your left arm. They're kind of opposites. Okay, and then the next step is to put your bow back down, and I want you to try and put each finger down on the D string, and as you put it down, I want you to try to vibrate it right when you place it down on the string. So you're matching the dropping motion with the wiggle motion. Okay, and last step for today, but definitely not last step for good, is to play a D major 1-octave scale with short staccato bow strokes and try to vibrate each note. Try to match up the impulse to start your bow with the impulse to vibrate. So as I mentioned before, patience is key with learning vibrato. It will not happen in a day. Sometimes it takes weeks and months to happen, so be patient and work on it a little bit every day. I would recommend picking 2 of the exercises that we just worked on and work on both of those for a couple of days until you feel comfortable with them, and then move on to the next exercises. So thank you for watching today, and happy practicing.